Hey guys, Charles here with the. Well, I guess I'm back. The thing with YouTube, I guess, I want to be like passionate about the stuff that I do, so I just haven't really had that little flavor. And that makes videos very boring and very contrived to do because it's like I'm not doing it just because I want to do it. But anyway, we are back with movie reviews. We're going to be talking about A Quiet Place. So, I actually just got out of the movie to from the movie. I actually been kind of excited to see this movie. I mean, I don't so I still don't have all my thoughts together on it really, but I'm going to do this little spoiler review for you guys for A Quiet Place. So, let's jump right in. So this is going to involve spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie or you're thinking about it, I wouldn't recommend listening to this review because we are going to be going through a lot of spoiler territory. So let's just get started. So the director was director John Krasinski, writers are Brian Woods for the screenplay, Scott Beck for the also screenplay, couple more people. Oh yeah, John Krasinski. Okay, so he's all over the place. So you have John Krasinski playing Lee Abbott, Emily Blunt playing the wife, Evelyn Abbott, Millicent Simmonds, Reagan Abbott, and then no Noah Jupe, Marcus Abbott, and Reed Abbott, and then the guy in the man in the woods or us is also in the movie. But anyway, so I would say that, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought the beginning of the movie was very boring to the point where I actually fell asleep twice. Once the ball got rolling, with them at the farm and the creatures coming in, that's when I was, at my most attention because stuff was actually happening. I mean, honestly, I really thought the beginning of the movie was very boring. I mean, that's all up to the point where the first kid got killed because he wanted the rocket ship, and the rocket ship makes a lot of noise. And yeah, the creatures respond to sound. I'm pretty sure everybody's, from the trailers and all that other stuff. But so, yes, I thought the beginning was very boring to the point where I fell asleep twice. So we're skipping, a few years after the first kid dies or whatever. So Emily Blunt's character is pregnant. I mean, that's pretty much like the whole plot is that she's pregnant and she's gonna have a baby, and then babies cry. Let's be honest. And pregnancy for women is not the best thing in the world in a place where things react to sound because, I mean, we've all seen, or heard about childbirth and all that other stuff, the miracle of life. When sound means stuff, it's not really a good idea. That was pretty much their premise. So, pretty much, uh, John's character and the second uh, the second boy child. I forgot which names are which ones. Sorry if I forget about that, but because they didn't really give us the character names really in the movie, or if they did, I was asleep on that part. I apologize. Um, so I guess at some point, the Reagan, the the girl, she got mad and she, I guess, ran off to go visit her little brother's grave, while the dad and the son have their own little trying to get supplies and all that other stuff. And meanwhile, in the basement, the dad was making a hearing aid for Reagan so she could, actually start hearing stuff because she's deaf. We're gonna get into that a little later. So dad and son have a heart to heart. It's like, no, I still, the dad still loves her. He doesn't blame her for, the first kid dying and all the other stuff. And the son's like, well, you should tell her that, because she thinks that you hate her. Or, I mean, I guess that's how it works. Meanwhile, Emily Blunt's at the house by herself when her water breaks. So, and nobody's home. So this leads to a bunch of problems. Earlier, she was in the basement and there's a nail that appeared because it was caught on the potato bag. Well, she actually steps on said nail when going back into the basement, I guess, to try to make the floodlights that they have red to signal that the baby is coming and that they need to prepare, for their contingency plans or whatever. So she, steps on the nail. I would say this. She's a trooper because she didn't scream. She did drop the picture frame, though, which caused the creature to come down into the basement. But then she later tricks that with, the little old school cooking timers or whatever. So she can go upstairs and sit in the bathroom. And, I mean, it's getting bad. The baby's coming. She's trying to hold off on screaming because they need... So the dad and the son reach the house. They see the red lights. The dad's like, oh, crap. We need to go. He tells the son, hey, in sign language, because, they can't talk. They can't really talk or whatever. That you need to activate, you need to go do the rockets while I go, help out moms and all that. And he's like, oh, yeah, you can do this. So... Success, the son sets off the rockets. That way Emily Blunt can scream and have the baby. They're not rockets, they're fireworks. I don't know why they call them rockets, but it is what it is. Meanwhile, the daughter hears the fireworks, so she wakes up because she fell asleep at the brother's grave, and so she starts racing back down to the house. So pretty much everybody's separated at this point. Dad goes into the bathroom where Emily Blunt was. He thinks she's dead because she's not in, she's not in the tub, but she's actually in the shower. She already had the baby. He brings her down to the little barn house or whatever. He has a quiet place for her, they can't hear us. And Emily Blunt finally wakes up and goes like, where are the kids? And he's like, oh, they know to wait. He's like, oh, they know to wait for me. And she's like, you need to protect them. Promise me that you'll protect them. Foreshadowing at this point. To be honest, I would say throughout the whole thing with, so eventually the kids are waiting for the dad on top of the silo that has all the corn, corn seeds in it. They go back and forth. They argue because the sister's like, he's not coming. He's coming for you, not me. So she's like, I'm bouncing. And he's like, no. And he was about to tell her pretty much everything that him and the dad talked about earlier. And he ends up falling through the, he sinks in. She's telling him not to move because you're making too much noise. One of the little panels falls in there too. She jumps down. The creatures are coming for them. It turns out that her hearing aid affects the creatures in some way because of the frequency or whatever. She doesn't realize this, so that thing runs out because it can't handle the sound. Then, Dad rescues them. He says to go to the truck. He tries to get an axe to fight the creature. The creature knocks him over. He's dying. He screams so the kids can get away. They take the truck. meet up with moms, dad's dead or whatever. I'm kind of surprised that Emily Blunt and the baby are still alive at this point, because the whole entire time I was expecting them to die, because I don't know, I guess I'm cynical in a way. But, babies cry. Like, this baby's, like, literally not really crying, like, throughout the whole movie. That's kind of contrived, but then again, I don't know all about babies and all that other stuff. So eventually, they go back and down into the basement, where, your daughter for the first time sees all the hearing aids and all this other stuff, and, mom's like, yeah, he loved you. And the dad, before he died, was telling her that, he loves her and that he always loved her and all this other stuff. So eventually it turns out that the daughter finally figures out that her hearing aid is messing with the frequency of the creatures or whatever. So she uses it. She places it on the speaker. It makes it makes a louder noise. The creature gets like knocked out. It gets back up. Emily Blunt blasts it because the creature's head, when it opens, it's just made out of a bunch of ear muscles, I would think. And then the movie ends with all the other creatures coming, the daughter turning the amps up on the speaker, and then Emily Blunt clocking the gun and cue credits. Now, my actual thoughts on the movie. I don't really know what to think about the movie, to be honest. Like I said, it was very boring in the beginning. The whole thing with the baby was a bit contrived. The fact that they lived throughout the whole movie was a surprise to me. I know it's doing really good on IMDb and all the other stuff. It's just, I don't have my full thoughts together on it, to be honest, guys. I guess I could say I hated the beginning, but I like the middle towards like the climax and all that other stuff. So me personally, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. Just because, like, when I fall asleep twice in the beginning of the movie, because nothing was happening. And there's been a lot of movies where that has happened, but I haven't fallen asleep. So, I don't know. I think the ball was kind of dropped on this one. But that's just my opinion, guys. I would love to know yours. So let me know what you guys thought about A Quiet Place. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you in between, kind of like I am? Because maybe a good night's sleep and I'll decide what I actually thought about the movie. But until then, guys, this is Chow signing off. I hope you guys have a great night, great day, or whatever the case may be when you watch this video. And, let's keep watching movies. See ya.